Welcome to Gamchirai. Eh, Thank you very much for joining us. Makadi is new. Hello, Ndeip. Tinofara, tiri sharp. Eh, Welcome to our channel here throughout how to speak Shona. Or rather, how to speak Shona. We're going to teach you how to speak Shona. So without wasting people's time, let's just go straight into it, and we'll share our screen over there. And so, guys, today we're talking about yourself in Shona. So basically, we want to teach you how to use the words me, my, mine, okay, and I. So those four words are what we're trying to get to. I, me, my, mine. Okay, so this is very important. I think most of the time when we're communicating, if you notice, we do use a lot of descriptions of ourselves. Okay, so it's a crucial part of communicating with other people. So here we go. And I've just realized something. The best way to do it always, what's the best way to eat an elephant, right? Or what's the easiest way to eat an elephant? One bite at a time, one bite at a time. So all you need to do is just learn how to do one small thing in Shona, and then you add another, and then you add another. And I was also thinking, I need to be recommending some songs, okay? Because to learn a language really is about learning the culture, and the culture is captured in song, okay? So I will be recommending different songs, like I promised, that kind of really work well. So I invite you to go to the culture lecture section and keep on beefing that part up, because that's where your learning of or understanding of the Shona/Zimbabwean culture is really going to get much better. Okay, so here we go. Let's not waste time. So the most crucial words are right here. Okay, so it's the most crucial word here is I, but right. So the most important word I want you to get, guys, is this slide here. Okay. So ndanga is I was. Okay. If you want to say I was, this is the past tense. We will go further into past tense, but for now, I just want you to catch something about this. Ndati is I said. Ndiri, I am. Ndicha, I will. Yangu, mine or my. Okay, so yangu is represents your mine or my. Okay, or wangu or pangu. There's a few more ones that will give you the same the same outcome of my. And if you even where you see pangu, that also might mean where I am. So it's like a very big broad thing. Pandiri, right? So so all these ones, they kind of describe my, but here you can see pandiri just came up on the wrong side of the slide, but doesn't matter. You just want to look at this slide. If pause this video, look at this slide and try and remember. Ndanga is I was. Ndati, I said. Ndiri, I am. Ndicha, I will. Yangu, mine. Wangu or pangu means my or mine. And pandiri means where I am. Okay, so now what we want to watch here is look at it sounds like a lot, but if you look at this here, let's just get our pen and I'll show you. Okay, so if you look at this here, the ND here, nda. Okay, anytime you're getting that at the beginning of the word, it's most likely the person is talking about themselves. Okay, ndicha. Okay, anytime you're getting this, you can see that all this, and when you're getting the so listen out for that. Okay, so you want to listen, so because learning a language is about learning to hear it, catching the words as people are talking. So not those words there. not that. And that tells you talking about themselves. Okay. So, and what you might be needing to know now is the ndanga, the t, the ndiricha, all that part. But really, if you just pause this and keep looking at this list of words and try to keep them in your head, they will let you know how to talk about yourself in Shona, right? So now let's go to the next slide. Okay. So, and do some examples, right? So the Shona word for cooking is kubika. Kubika. If you want to say I am cooking, looking at that list that you had, remember our word for I am, and then you just tag on the cooking part. So it would be ndiri kubika. Ndiri kubika. Then the Shona word for listening is kuterera. Kuterera. Okay, so once again, I encourage you to go to our website and see our list of verbs there, and you can pretty much say a lot once you know how to use those verbs. If you want to say, I am listening to the radio, right? All this listening to the, okay, would be covered. You'd be covered by the kuterera, right? So your word would be ndiri kuterera radio. So I am listening radio, right? So you don't have to put like the. So it's all covered, right? So it will be ndiri kuterera radio. Okay. So let's just keep on going with this I am, right? What's our Shona word for I am? Ndiri. Okay. Ndiri. Coming. What's the Shona word for coming? Is kuuya. Kuuya. So and once again, go to our list and you see. So if you want to say I am coming, you would say, pause the video and try it out. That's right. Ndiri kuuya. The Shona word for driving is kudriver. Okay, kudriver. That's a borrowed word from English. There is another word for it, which is more complicated, but we're not doing that kind of Shona here. We're doing the Shona that people speak in the street. What I'm teaching you is what people talk, right? If you want to get a degree, there's other people on YouTube here. I'm gonna recommend them that do a better job at that. I'm teaching you how to talk, okay? And I do encourage you to go more formal, but I'm just giving you something that will give you confidence. So the word for driving is kudriver. Kudriver. So if you want to say, I am driving, you would say, there you are, right? I am, and then driving is that one. So you would say, ndiri kudriver. Like that. Ndiri kudriver. You can either write it as one word, but most likely you're probably better off splitting it, right? But like I said, this is not a formal Shona speaking class. This is informal. So the spelling is allowed to be bad. Yes, it's allowed. It's allowed. I consulted, I asked, and they said, yes, you're allowed. I have the certificate that says I'm allowed to spell it wrongly. Okay, so if you want to say I'm a driver, right? Once again, you have an English word here that is transferable. So all you would be needing is the word I am. And what's the Shona word for I am? Ndiri, right? So you would be saying Ndiri driver. That's it. Right. So that's how you do it with the I am. Okay. So now let's go into the my or my. So the Shona word for car is motor. The Shona word for mine or my, you go back there and you see it. So it would be motor yangu. The Shona word for family is muri, right? Muri. And if you wanted to say my family, you would say muri yangu. Muri yangu. The Shona word for phone is phony, as I told you before. So if you wanted to say my phone, I think now by now you get the drift. Phone yangu. So mine is very tricky. There's a lot of other ways to say my or mine, such as changu or wangu. But this all depends on what the word is and what the thing is. So what you want is practice, and that will let you know which word you're supposed to use. Okay, so and then we've got that word I said. How would you say I said? So how do you say hi? If you remember, just from our website, right at the beginning, at the top there, it's Ndepi or Hes or Moro or Makadi. There's a lot of ways to say hi, of course, but you want to go with Ndeipi. That's the easiest one in the informal sense. Okay. So if you want to say I said hi, you would say Ndati Moro or Ndati Ndeipi. That is all kept for us in that list. So the I said part, that first slide, that's the most crucial slide that you want to remember. But don't worry, as we do more practice, you'll be able to remember. It's not much, okay? So sorry, the word for sorry, the Shona word for sorry, if you remember from our first video, is sorry. So if you wanted to say I said sorry, you would say Ndati sorry. Okay, so let's now let's give ourselves one try. Okay, we're about to finish. So if you want to say I am driving my car, you would say ooh, or I am cooking and I'm listening to the radio. Okay, so let's start with I am driving my car. You would say ndiri kudriver mota yangu. Remember, we've done all these. We've done all these. We've just compiled them. We've just practiced them. So let's see if we can do this one. I am cooking and I am listening to the radio. Now, remember that we said you can use this word in Shona and people would understand you, right? So do you remember how to say I am cooking? So you'd say that, and then you would add and then you would say I am listening to the radio. So that would be ndiri kubika and ndiri kuterera radio. And people would perfectly understand what you're saying and very impressed too. Okay. So practice, practice, practice. That's what really matters. So that's important. And at the beginning, we'll just use a few designated verbs and I'll be adding little by little, but we just use just a few verbs at the beginning. And by adding them up, we're going to come up with a very big vocabulary for you, and you'll be able to speak Shona much better. So, next will be, so in the end, we should be able to know how to talk about ourselves and how to talk about others. So the next one will be, we'll learn how to talk about others. But we will really have to develop this further and further. Don't you worry. Right. So thank you very much, guys. Tatenda.